A scattered mind survives on distraction. Distraction is its oxygen. When I say a scattered mind survives on distraction, distraction is its oxygen. I am telling you a truth you do not wish to see. The mind cannot survive in stillness. The mind cannot survive in one-pointedness. The mind cannot survive when you become serious about anything real. So it scatters you, not because you are weak, but because the mind is fighting for its life. Distraction is not an accident. It is the mind's deliberate strategy to keep you unconscious. A scattered mind cannot see clearly. When a man is scattered, he cannot commit, he cannot dive, he cannot master, he cannot question the mind itself. Scatter keeps you shallow. Shallow keeps you obedient. Distraction is the mind's oxygen. You think you are getting distracted. No, you are being kept distracted. Every swipe, every thought, every urge, every spark of entertainment is the mind inhaling. If you remove distraction, the mind begins to suffocate. And when the mind suffocates, the illusion breaks. This is what it fears. Why the mind scatters you? Because if you ever gave your entire being to one thing, truly one thing, you would walk out of the mind's domain forever. A man with a unified mind cannot be controlled. A man with a unified mind becomes dangerous to the machinery of thoughts. Understand the implication. When you decide to pour all your inner energy into your craft, your truth, your one thing, the mind panics. It scatters you on purpose. It creates fear on purpose. It throws you into cravings on purpose. Why? Because the moment you become still, the mind becomes irrelevant. The real meaning. When I say a scattered mind survives on distraction, I mean the mind requires your restlessness in order to exist. And when I say distraction is its oxygen, I mean take away distraction and the mind cannot breathe. Take away scattered and the mind cannot live. Take away noise and you return. The conclusion you must swallow. Your mind is not your friend. It is not your advisor. It is not your guide. It is a survival machine. And it survives by keeping you everywhere so that you are never somewhere. It survives by filling your life with noise so that you never hear yourself. It survives by giving you countless desires so that you never touch your truth. If your mind is scattered, it is because it wishes to survive. If your mind distracts you, it is because distraction is the only air it knows. And the moment you stop feeding it, the moment you turn inward, the moment you choose one single direction with total seriousness, the mind begins to die and you begin to live. A scattered mind is a dead life. A man whose mind is everywhere is a man who is nowhere. A scattered mind cannot love, cannot create, cannot master, cannot see, cannot live. A scattered mind is a life lived in fragments, tiny broken pieces of attention, never forming anything real. This is why your mind must not be scattered. Why it must be directed toward one thing? Because only one-pointedness cuts through illusion. A man who gives himself to one thing, truly gives himself, enters a depth that ordinary humans never touch. Depth is everything. Depth is where mastery happens, truth is revealed, distractions dissolve, mind loses power, life becomes coherent, the real becomes visible. Scatter keeps you on the surface of life, and nothing real exists on the surface. Understand this. A mind directed toward one thing is not focused, it is dangerous. Such a mind pierces through all the layers of nonsense that the mind has built to control you. When you move in one direction relentlessly, the mind loses its ability to seduce you with alternatives. And once alternatives die, illusion dies with it. Why it is important? Because only one-pointedness reveals your actual potential. You have no idea who you are, not because you are weak, but because you have never stayed with anything long enough to find out. A scattered mind never discovers itself. Because everything great requires totality. Mastery is not built by dabbling. Freedom is not achieved by sampling. Your greatness requires your entire being, not the leftover scraps after distraction has eaten your day. Because scatter is the mind's way of keeping you small. When the mind scatters you, it protects itself. When you choose one direction, you threaten it. A directed mind destroys the mind's kingdom. The mind will not allow this without a fight. Because a directed mind enters a state beyond fear. Fear lives in scatter, fear lives in uncertainty, fear lives in the thousand maybes and possibilities. When you walk toward one thing with total clarity, fear evaporates. There is no space for it. Because one-pointedness is the only path to peace. The mind creates scatter. Scatter creates noise. Noise creates suffering. A directed mind is silent. A silent mind is sane. A sane mind is free. What you must understand: a scattered mind lives in confusion. A directed mind lives in truth. A scattered mind dies without ever being born. A directed mind is reborn while still alive. Scatter is the mind's world. Direction is your world. The more scattered you are, the more the mind lives. The more directed you are, the more you live. Your life will remain shallow as long as your mind remains scattered. You will never touch your brilliance. You will never taste the real. You will never meet yourself until your entire being is poured, undivided, unbroken, unconditional into one direction. Scatter is death. Direction is life. Choose. Listen, a scattered mind is a wasted life. Not because focus is good, not because discipline is productive, not because one thing leads to success. No, those are childish reasons. Your mind must not be scattered because scatter keeps you unconscious. Scatter keeps you asleep. Scatter keeps you mediocre, divided, lost in 10 directions, committed to none. A scattered mind cannot see. A scattered mind cannot penetrate. A scattered mind cannot touch truth. Why your mind must be directed toward one thing? Because depth demands everything. Anything that is real, mastery, craft, truth, work, requires the whole of you. Not your fragments, not your leftovers, not your half efforts. If a man gives his entire being to one thing, he pierces reality. If he scatters his being into 1,000 things, he touches nothing. Because the mind fears the man who becomes one-pointed. A one-pointed man is uncontrollable. He is dangerous to the mind's kingdom. He sees through the illusions. A scattered man is harmless. He is predictable. He is asleep. Because greatness is possible with a divided inner world. The world only bends for the man whose inner axis is unbroken, whose attention is a blade, whose energy is one continuous river. A scattered man is a puddle. A directed man is a waterfall. Because scatter keeps you in suffering. Every psychological ache you have, every confusion, every anxiety, every what should I do with my life exists only in the scattered mind. A mind that moves in one direction does not suffer. It works, it creates, it becomes. Why direction toward one thing is essential? Because only one pointed energy transforms you. Anything less merely maintains you. If you pour your entire being into one thing, truly one thing, something extraordinary happens. Your mind collapses. Your illusions collapse. Your fears collapse. Your anxieties collapse. One clarity remains. One intensity remains. One truth remains. Depth is not found by exploring many paths. Depth is found by going all the way down one path. Understand this. A scattered mind is a comfortable coffin. A directed mind is a liberation. A scattered mind keeps you busy. A directed mind makes you alive. A scattered mind feeds the mind. A directed mind frees you from the mind. If you do not direct your mind toward one thing, your mind will direct you toward 1,000 nothings. And you will die without ever having lived. The man who chooses one thing with total seriousness becomes a force. The man who chases many things becomes a shadow. Choose the force, walk toward the one thing, let everything else burn. Listen carefully. When you finally decide to pour your inner energy into one thing, truly pour it, something very old in you begins to die. Not the body, not the personality, but the entire structure of the mind that has survived on distraction. That scary feeling, it is the mind panicking because your decision threatens its entire existence. Why the mind becomes scared when you choose stillness? The mind survives only through movement. Stillness is its death. When you choose to go all in, when you put your inner energy into your work, into mastery, the mind realizes, if he does this, he won't need me anymore. The mind is terrified of being irrelevant. Distraction is its oxygen. Scrolling, thinking, comparing, fantasizing, replaying, planning. These are all ways for the mind to keep itself alive. When you choose one direction, you are cutting off all the exits, all the escape routes. The mind says, don't do this, you'll lose your freedom. But what it really means is, I will lose my freedom to keep you enslaved. The mind is not scared for you, it is scared of you. You confuse this. You think the mind is warning you. It is not warning you, it is begging you. Because if you go deep into one thing, deeply, fiercely, your attention becomes sharp, your energy becomes unified, your life becomes aligned. And a unified human being does not need the mind's noise anymore. Why the mind is scattered? A scattered mind is a safe mind for the mind. As long as you are divided, confused, tempted, half in, half out, you cannot destroy the illusion. You remain in its cage, but the cage looks like freedom. The mind is scared of the present moment. The present moment is too silent. It has no drama, it has no identity, it has no story. The mind is built out of story, so silence is unbearable for it. Infinite distractions mean infinite ways to avoid seeing the truth. The mind knows that one deep, clear look at reality ends all of its games. So it gives you endless substitutes, another thought, another plan, another fantasy, another desire, another fear, another doubt, another what if, an infinite supply of nonsense to keep you small. Why the mind makes you scared? Because fear is the leash. When you finally want to put your inner energy into your craft, your truth, your mastery, the mind throws fear as its last weapon. What if you fail? What if you become boring? What if life becomes too serious? What if you lose friends? What if you regret it? What if you don't enjoy? All of this is a trick, not to protect you, to protect itself. The mind says, your life will be uncomfortable. Reality says, no, I will be uncomfortable. The mind is talking to itself. Here is the truth. You are not scared. The mind is scared. And because you have been identified with it for years, you feel its panic as your own. But observe closely. The moment you even think of pouring all your inner energy into one direction, something tightens inside you. That tightening is the mind losing control. The fear is proof that you are touching the right door. A simple way to see the illusion. When you sit still, when you direct your life into one single point, watch what the mind does. It starts talking, it starts warning, it starts complaining, it starts entertaining, it starts frightening, it starts seducing. Ask one question. Who's all this noise trying to save? You or itself? You will immediately see every thought is the mind trying to keep you exactly where you have always been. The shift happens when you realize you don't need to fight the mind. You only need to see it. Once seen, it loses its power. The illusion dissolves in exposure. The scatteredness, the fear, the pressure, all of it is the last resistance before clarity. Understand this deeply. The mind is terrified of the moment you stop feeding it. Because in that moment, you return and the mind disappears. Your job is not to kill the mind. Your job is to stop letting it run your life. Pour your inner energy into your craft, your truth. The fear you feel is not a warning. It's a death cry of the old identity. Keep going. Listen, the mind is not scared for you. The mind is scared of losing you. You have lived your entire life as a servant of the mind. And now, for the first time, you are attempting to walk away. Do you understand what that means? A slave does not fear his master leaving. The master fears the slave waking up. This fear you feel, this trembling, this anxiety, this discomfort, it is not your fear. It is the mind screaming, don't go, don't become still, don't become focused, do not withdraw your energy from me. The mind survives on your restlessness, on your scatter, on your endless movement. Stillness is lethal to the mind. Why the mind becomes scattered? Because scattering is the mind's only strategy for survival. Give a man 10 paths, he will walk none. Give a man 10 distractions, it will never face the truth. The mind knows. If you give your entire being to one thing, truly give it, you will enter a depth where the mind cannot follow. So it whispers, relax, chill, why so serious? Life will be boring, you will miss out. These are not warnings, these are bargains. The mind is bargaining for its life. Why the mind becomes scary? Because fear is the last weapon of the mind. The mind cannot stop you with reason. It cannot stop you with logic. It cannot stop you with comfort. So it uses fear. Fear is the leash that pulls the animal back into the cage. Why does the mind create fear when you choose mastery, craft, depth? Because mastery requires silence, and silence is the end of the mind's kingdom. A man who enters silence cannot be controlled. The mind understands this far more deeply than you do. What actually scares you? You are not scared of mastery. You are not scared of stillness. You are not scared of pouring your entire energy into one thing. You are scared of losing the old version of yourself, the one built by the mind. The fear is not coming from the real you. It is coming from the identity the mind has constructed. The identity that dissolves the moment you walk deeply into anything. Here is the truth you are refusing to see. You have not lived. You have only thought about living. You have been consumed by movement, noise, plans, distractions, none of which were yours. All of them belong to the mind. And now that you want to enter the realm of the real, craft, mastery, depth, the mind is terrified because the real has no use for it. Understand this precisely. The mind says, if you focus on one thing, your life will become small. What it actually means, if you focus on one thing, my life will end. The mind says, you will be lonely. It means, I will be abandoned. The mind says, you will regret it. It means, I will disappear. Every fear the mind gives you is the mind talking about itself. Final truth. There is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing scattered about you. There is nothing fearful in you. All the fear, all the noise, all the scattering, it is the mind defending its throne. And the moment you stop giving it attention, the throne collapses. Pour your inner energy into your craft. The fear is not a signal to stop. It is a sign that you are finally walking into territory where the mind cannot follow. That is why it screams. That is why it shakes. That is why it panics. You are approaching freedom. Keep going. So, the man who refuses to scatter becomes dangerous. Dangerous to his fears, dangerous to his mind, dangerous to every illusion that once controlled him. When your energy moves in 1,000 directions, you remain a child. When it moves in one, you become a creator. The mind screams because it knows what you do not yet know. That the moment you become one-pointed, its reign ends and your life begins.